All right, here we go. Let me know if you guys can see the stream.
I can see it. It's a
I
little
can see
choppy.
the stream. It's a powerful
Oh yeah,
stream.
heavy stream happening now.
It's got some force behind it.
So
Yeah, one of those
we're on Braca. Is that what this is called?
Baraka?
Yeah, it's a salvage yard.
I don't know. I don't know
with
no
your
planet
with
name.
your pal. What's his name? Toots. Tufts.
Proopy. Proppy.
Proops? Craig Proops?
Yeah, Greg Troops.
It's Greg Proops. Prouf.
Wow, little Anakin's really coming in last.
So, Roger, how much do you know about this story or about this game?
A little
A
bit.
little bit?
Only a little bit.
It's it's Post Order 66. This you got your Jedi boy there, played by kind of the Joker, and that's
I
about
think his
it.
name's Cameron Monaghan.
Cameron
Monahan. Yep.
Monahan. Not sure.
Monahan. Yeah, I think it's Monahan.
Monaghan.
He
does a good job.
He did a pretty good job on Gotham too. For as iffy as Gotham was, he is pretty fun as kind of the Joker and the Joker.
Yeah. Jerome. Good old Jerome.
And then surprise twin brother. Yeah,
Surprise! I'm your twin brother. Sadly, that doesn't happen in this
There's no
game.
twin brothers, I know.
There's no surprise
There's no
twin brother.
surprise twin brother.
There's some sisters.
And he was on
You're supposed to be my bro.
the Inquisitors, yeah.
But I'm not
He's
your
on,
bro. I am you.
He's on Shameless for a long time too. He's one of the
Yeah,
kids.
he's the Gallagher. Ian. I think his name is Ian Gallagher.
Yeah. One of fucking what's his nuts? Fucking
William H. Macy.
There you go.
The H. Mace.
The Willie H. Mace, dude. One of his babies.
All right. Well, we're just doing this tutorial section just to get to know how to get around, how to jump and do cool stuff, and
We're tossing around on broccoli.
rolling around at the speed of sound.
At the speed of
setup
Jedi.
of this tutorial. So it's like teaching you through, shit that's going on instead of just like, you need to do this, push this.
Yeah.
It'll give you hints every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The thing I like about this intro stage is like the setting. Since it's a junkyard planet, there are old Clone War ships there, and then there's kind of quote unquote newer stuff. So you'll see like the classic original Death Stars up against Clone War stuff. It's cool to see.
Donkey Kong mechanic right there.
Yep.
Jumping over barrels,
Hanging on grates and
eating grapes, hanging on
eating
grapes, throwing crates.
collecting bananas. How many bananas do you have to get in this
You got to
game?
get quite a few bananas.
Oh, banana.
And there
Fucking Donkey Kong 64.
there is a rap that happens.
Yeah, it's Grease and what's her name? Sear.
Yeah, it's Grease.
Grease
Start
nuts,
busting out a
dude?
rap about how drugs aren't cool. Like, listen up, Cal. Here's what I've got to say.
Raps are bad in a very big way.
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do them, okay? Grease would make a great DJ, so with those 4 arms, he can be spinning
DJ
all kinds
Greaser,
of
dude?
records. DJ Grease
Talking about
Nuts.
Grease nuts, dude. Yeah, exactly. Fucking grease nuts, bro.
Just sounding
Rap
like a
about-
little John Favreau.
How death sticks are bad.
Death sticks are bad, and you shouldn't do them.
What's in a death stick? Do you think it's just like a cigarette, or is it like a really potent?
Nah, it sounds like it's more of a drug than a cigarette.
Okay.
Like it looks like it's kind of in the form of that, kind of, but like it seems like it's an even poorer life choice than a cigarette.
I feel like this is a strange association or a deep cut, but it always reminded me of the drug nuke from RoboCop 2.
Okay.
That is a deep cut.
Where they're just like weird, because the death stick in Star Wars, it's like a little green cylinder, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and the nuke in RoboCop 2 is like little red cylinders.
RoboCop 2.
And the name Death Stick.
Yeah.
It's like you know, fuck your brain up.
Originally written by Frank Miller, comic boy.
That does not surprise me. I never knew that, but that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yep, he I mean they changed the shit out of it. But like you could still, I think Dark Horse or Avatar, somebody printed a comic adaptation of his original screenplay for it.
Ooh.
He also wrote RoboCop 3, but they massacred that script even more than 2. So
did you know that I wrote RoboCop 3?
There's also an adaptation of that as well in comic form.
That's my
Frankie M, dude.
Frank M.
claim to fame.
RoboCop is essentially Judge Dredd, so.
Is I wrote RoboCop 3. Me,
Robert
Frank M.
Cop. Frankie M, dude.
So
that was post Dark Knight Returns, pre Sin City. As far as time goes, like he had finished Dark Knight Returns, and I think he did Born Again or some other Daredevil thing, and then he took a couple years off, did that, and then came back mid-90s with Sin City. Comics.
Screen City.
Screen City. Then 300 was after that. Yeah,
and then of course you have your 450s, your 600s, 750s. Just kept going.
540.
1492.
900.
Never 720. Cool air,
Stalefish.
bro.
Oh shit, dude,
We're doing
tumbles.
some stale fishes right now.
Tumblers better than pumpers, dude.
Whee! We're going on a slide again. Rolling around downtown.
Oh, dude. Do a fucking Christ here, bro.
ginger Jedi.
Got places to go. Gotta follow Prof downhill. Whoa.
Oh,
Prof, that's what it was.
so
Oh, the
you think Cal's gonna show up in some TV show or movie at some point? Not necessarily his own, but
it would be strange if he didn't, just because like it literally is just Cameron Monaghan, so like he can just show up in the background, not even have any lines or anything, and people can be like, oh cool, Cal Kestis.
yeah, that'd be really cool if we saw like Deborah Wilson too, because she's been in a lot of
that
cool
would
stuff.
be cool.
I mean, they hired these people, I think, for the fact that they could eventually make that transition over, because they base their character, like their likenesses, is pretty there.
Then again, though, they did the same thing with Starkiller, and he never showed up anywhere.
But that is before the great
the great
divergence. Yeah.
Yeah. The great, like, I don't know, I can't think of the word right now. The great acquirement.
Yeah. The great acquisition.
Yeah, the great acquisition. There we go.
Yeah, because I'd like to see him show up, because I like him as an actor.
I remember seeing theories that Cal was going to be the person that would show up in The Mandalorian season 2
Ooh,
film.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But it
would be
hit
really
bigger
cool
with Luke. I was way happier to see.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
especially since we got the mirrored hallway fight from Rogue One, essentially.
Yeah. And if you're gonna do like, a Jedi is gonna show up and it's meant to be this huge moment, you got to go with the card you know is gonna get that reaction. but
the one that people who, no matter if they've played video games or not, will recognize.
Narratively, that
Yeah.
makes sense because that's kind of the point of this game is eventually it's not the main focus of the game, but like it's a tangential part of the game is you're trying to find other Jedi or you're trying to find something that can lead you to more Jedi. So the fact that, you know, he could
like,
commune with Baby Yoda or Grogu, you could sense that.
Baby Yoda.
This takes place around like Star Wars Rebels time, right? Because there's
I think
Inquisitors and shit.
I think that this is like 5 years after Order 66.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so it's a
that's
little, because Rebels starts, I think 4 or 5 years before A New Hope. So
yeah, and I don't
this
know the
takes place.
exact time span between like Order 66 and A New Hope.
It's about 18 to 20 years, because Luke.
Sure, actually, now that I think about it, yeah. Luke had to grow up.
Yeah.
Luke had to be big boy.
So this is probably about 5-ish years before Rebels.
5 years.
I just figured it'd be close because the Inquisitors look the same as the ones on Rebels, but
yeah, that's that. I mean, the
but then Cal would
story
be much
in this
older.
game and the characterization of these entirely new cast of characters, is really well done.
Yeah,
and like, honestly, there's a sequence that's happening right now of like backstory with Cal and his master. I love Jaro Tapal, his master. That's such an interesting, cool character.
Oh, their dynamic.
I want to know more
their
about
dynamic
him.
is so cool as master and apprentice. I love it.
Yeah, and I like that it's Travis Willingham doing the voice because it's like there's a sense of power but still like kindness, and just the way that he interacts with Cal, and we never really got to see very much of like here is the relationship between a young apprentice, like a child, and their master during this time of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it actually is somewhere between Rebels and maybe Rogue One because the troopers look like stormtroopers in this game, and there has to be a little bit of a gap between the clones and the troopers.
Well, this is a spoiler for the game, but it's maybe nothing surprising. It's Star Wars, but our boy Vader makes an appearance in this game.
Yeah.
In his full regalia.
So here's troopers looking like troopers.
That means anything.
But like they looked like troopers at the end of episode 3, though.
Oh my God! Forrest Whitaker's in this game.
Oh, fucking what's his nuts?
Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
But he's like faring a little bit better than he was in Rogue One.
Yeah, he still has legs.
Yeah, because Rogue One.
Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Rogue One went directly into episode 4. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So Saw
in
Rebels. In Rebels, he's kind of like he's not completely fucked yet. I don't think in Rebels, but
the best part about this whole experience is like we did the whole battle grid, and that was to some degree of jank, you know?
Yeah.
And now we'll actually be able to see some of this stuff more in action and in its appropriate setting.
Yeah, I can just whiz by this whole game. I know all the jumps, all the flips, all the dips.
The whips, flips, and dips.
Yeah.
The whiz.
I started a file just the other day, and I got to Kashyyyk in like less than an hour.
Oh, nice. You'll be able to see some real Ogdo Bogdo action.
Yeah.
On Bogano. What were they? The Bogdo brothers?
Yeah, and they actually kick some. They kick some butt.
They kick some empire butt.
All right, so
This dude has like anus eyes. Look at those tiny things.
This dude
Fucking-
also sounds like some knockoff John Favreau or something.
Yeah, it does.
And then you've got Grease with almost the exact same voice. Also,
Very snarky. Yep.
if you guys are going to describe maybe something food related that has a lot of oiliness to it, or would you call that greasy or greasy?
It's the same word.
It is. I just hear it pronounced two different ways, and I wonder what that distinction is.
Seems generational. Seems like a lot of older people say greasy.
I don't say greasy. I say
Sure.
greasy.
Well, it's because you're
Yeah.
not old, dude.
Thank you, Bradshaw.
Or I've also heard just grease. Like there's a lot of grease on
Sounds like a lot of Canadians say greasy though too.
it. I it's just something. Those kinds of things make me think.
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
They're weird colloquialisms.
It's not like Reese and Reese's. That's just being obstinate.
That's just not
Yeah.
giving a shit. That's just
That's-
being.
That's just
That's
being
choosing
being-
choosing to be wrong.
that's choosing idiocy.
No, that's just choosing chaos over order.
Chaos. We live in a society where I can say Reese's all the fuck I want. You can't do anything about it.
People still know what you're talking about, but you just choose to be ignorant.
I used to think that my life was chocolate, but then I found out that it was peanut butter.
So, let's see.
Just go. Oh my god. A new movie about this guy who like works in a candy store and he's got this crazy idea that maybe chocolate and peanut butter in the right ratio could be really good together. And he'll dance down some stairs and he'll smear chocolate and peanut butter all over
People
his
call him
face.
crazy.
And we'll just call the movie Reese. And how he lost his pieces.
His pieces are gone.
It started with cups and then it expanded into pieces and fast breaks and $5 footlongs and shit.
The
I don't
Take
know.
Fives? Is that a part of theirs? The
Yeah, take 5 is what it was. I could only remember the number 5.
So yeah, Fallen Order is 5 years after Anakin becomes Vader. After Order
Dude.
66.
I nailed it.
So
I thought maybe I could accomplish something with my day, and I did. I estimated the time frame of Jedi Fallen Order correctly.
it's 14 years before A New
A
Hope.
New Pope?
Because it's between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, it's 19 years. So that makes it then, since it's 14, Rebels is 5. So it's 9 years before Rebels.
So what?
Before
I
the
mean,
first season of Rebels.
What
It
is so different
occurs
about?
roughly at the same time as the beginning of Solo, and also Obi-Wan is supposed to take place in about that time frame as well. So Cal could show up in Obi-Wan.
That'd be cool.
That would be
That
cool.
would
I
be
would like
cool.
to see that.
Cameron Monaghan getting to act alongside Ewan.
Looking for Jedi, and Ewan's just like, you're mistaken.
You're mistaken. And then that's it. Goodbye.
No Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Jedi, yeah.
So what? I feel like the story in this was pretty well told. I don't feel like there was a lot of, for lack of better description, I'm just going to simplify it and say, I didn't feel like this was very Disneyfied.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
It played it safe. I know that. Like the story was very minimal. It was all about the action.
do you think that maybe they consulted George on any of this, or like of how this might
Nah.
fit together, or how maybe to tell the story? Like
Maybe
as
they
best
talked with a
could?
story group,
Nah.
but they didn't talk to George.
George is like, nah. He's persona
it's-
non grata.
I don't. It could. It just maybe if the time period of this game was like during the sequel trilogy, it could have had opportunities to be a little bit more nonsensical with some of it. Like
Potential.
I know that there's a lot of to be said about the sequel trilogies, but that whole Maz Kanata, like, oh, that's a story for a different time, and then we just never find out.
Never hear about it ever again.
Yeah, I bet it's a great story.
Or
though.
like, or she's in a hologram the next time we see her, and she's like, it seems like she's fighting a war. We're like, okay. So what if a game told some of those kind of stories to fill in the gaps? That could be
It would
cool.
be cool. I'd like to see that game. I'd like to watch like a cutscene or something from that game and just know what happened.
The Poe Dameron game where you get to be a pilot and go on missions.
But you could also do, subterfuge kind of like spy stuff too, because that's kind of what the rebels are all about, is doing sneaky stuff, like fringe kind of allies, like the what guy's name? Diego Luna's character.
Oh yeah,
fucking Cassian Andor.
Like he's
Cassian
definitely like
Andor.
not a good guy, not a bad guy. He's like on the fringe of, you don't know where his allegiance is. He just does whatever he can to get the job done.
Right.
Like he's cutthroat. He'll kill his best friend that he's been working with just to save his ass, or to cover up the secret.
Right.
As seen in Rogue One. When you first meet him, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna sell this guy out. Bye."
There's that
Please
Boba
don't.
Fett game that was for the GameCube and PS2 where you could like toggle your scanner and see if anybody in the level had like a bounty on them.
Yeah, I have Bounty Hunter. Yeah,
So
that's a fun game.
if you did something like that where you're like, oh, I've got to weigh my options. Like, do I take this information to this group, or who out there is my enemy? Who do I got to avoid?
That's just
Right.
Metal Gear, man. That's Star Wars Metal
It's
Gear.
all
That-
Metal
that-
Gear. Too.
Not even stealth, but maybe like changing parts of your costume, like adding a hat.
Oh, that's
or
just Hitman, my
removing-
dude.
Or
That's
adding
Hitman.
like
That's Star Wars
but
Hitman.
then you could if you start going around this one, like, I don't know, place on Tatooine or whatever. I can't think of a name, but just any random place in Star Wars, your character starts seeing like people in uniforms or people wearing significant colors or armbands. You're like, oh shit, I gotta avoid those people. So I'll knock one of them out. I'll take it parts of his uniform, and then I can blend in and get in there, steal some information.
Chameleon Boy.
Well, Master of Disguise
Schmale.
again, guys. We're talking about Master of Disguise.
God damn it.
It might not empire enough for the Empire Club. Become another Jedi.
Become another Jedi.
Jedi.
Another person.
I am a Jedi.
Become another person.
Disguisey.
Well, now we have to get Dana Carvey in the Star Wars universe,
Yeah.
I bet tangentially we could connect that pretty easily.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Like, have the Muppets ever been in anything official Star Wars? Well, I guess there was that episode of the Muppet Show with Luke, or like Mark Hamill, but
Fucking Yoda, dude. That's a direct connection. Jim Henson
but
Studio.
was Yoda ever
The
on
universe, though. The universes,
Sesame
did they
Street
cross-contaminate?
or the Muppet Show?
But like, no, I
Or-
guess. But
or
Yoda, like the
has
puppets
Kermit,
are
Fozzie, or any of
Henson
them ever, like,
Studios, who
Shown
was
up
played
in
by
Franklin Oz.
Frank Oz, who played
Yeah.
Miss Piggy.
Yes.
And,
Okay, if we
and
just
all.
want to go that route, then I guarantee
It's the
that
easiest
fucking
route.
the Muppets have interfaced with Dana Carvey at some point, probably, or maybe with Mike Myers.
That's
and we
such a
connect
that's
through
such like
there.
a mischievous sounding way of saying it. I'm sure the
What?
Muppets have interfaced with Dana Carvey at some point.
Sounds very, mischievous.
Right?
They had a dialogue. Terms were laid down,
Huh.
and then business was concluded.
I recognize that stance. You stand like an idiot.
I recognize that stench.
You can smell me in that helmet?
Yeah,
There's
but
a lot
I
of-
recognize your fucking butt. Oh,
There's a lot of people in this game that are like, I know that dude. Who, like, if I tried to tell you what they're from, you'd be like, I don't know. But if you saw their face, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know what
What do
guy
you
you're talking
mean?
about for Grease. That guy.
Yep, that dude was in a. He. What I realized, what I initially knew him from was he played Cody Banks' dad in Agent Cody Banks.
oh my god.
The fucking.
So you're
Frankie
talking about the
Muniz movie.
actors, okay?
Yeah, but he's been in like a bajillion other TV shows and shit. He's
Didn't
been
he-
like.
I-
He's been a murderer in about 30 different like CSIs and Law and Orders and
He's
shit.
been
He's just a
a
murderer.
time or two.
There's some lady from Mad TV.
Yeah, that's
in
Deborah
here.
Wilson. She plays
Yeah,
Seer.
Deborah
Seer
Wilson.
Junda.
She's great.
She's awesome.
Honestly,
And
she's
then
really
there's-
good.
There's fucking D. Bradley Baker, the
Who does
the
D.
king
Bradley
of
Baker play?
Like everything.
Clone Troopers and Zepho Sage.
Oh, sure. I didn't.
But
I
I mean,
didn't.
fucking,
Oh,
you
Zepho
got
Sage.
Appa,
Okay.
you got the master that gave us such hits as Appa and Momo from fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, motherfucker.
Did they
D.
actually
Bradley.
get James Earl Jones?
No,
J.E.J.
that's another one of those guys. His name's Scott Lawrence. If you saw his face, you would recognize the shit out of him. But he's like, he's one of those dudes that's just in like a billion things.
Well,
he
honestly,
was-
the performance he gives as Darth Vader is really, really good.
He also plays Vader in that Vader Immortal show.
Oh,
game
VR
thing.
game?
Sure, sure.
And yeah, and Star Wars Squadrons and shit.
Yep. Okay.
Let's see.
He's Disney's boy
What
now.
else?
He's Disney's boy now.
Played Dr. Poole in the TV series Legion.
Oh,
Played
Legion.
played a dude in the show Suits. Was on Rectify.
Soup.
Chubby
Suits. Soup.
Oh,
Chubby Soup.
What
Played
about
Art
Soup?
Costa on Fear the Walking Dead. Let's see.
You count me interested.
He was a USS Vengeance officer in Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh
He was
boy.
an assistant district attorney on Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Wow.
But he's one of those dudes that's just he's on all of those like procedural shows and shit. Just like the other guy. Except he tends to be more of like a good guy and not the murderer like the other guy.
Well,
But-
that's kind of weird.
Well, can you blame
One
him?
is a good guy in this game,
He
and
was
one's a
in
bad guy.
Cloverfield. Yeah. I mean,
Hey, it's me, Grease. I was on NCIS.
I was a murderer.
he played Vader in Star Wars Empire at War, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith also.
Wow.
What about
Color
Soul
music
Calibur?
jazz.
Did he, in Soul Calibur 4?
Rogue Squadron 3, he was in Rogue Squadron 3. Star Wars Racer Revenge, he was Vader. Also,
Soul Calibur 4?
he's been doing Vader. Rogue Squadron 2, Galactic Battlegrounds. He's been Vader
Rogue
for a long time, I
Squadron
guess.
2?
So he was fucking Vader in Super Bombad Racing.
I'm looking for
Ooh, Vader's in Bombad Racing?
Soul Calibur 4.
I
Groucho.
guess.
What?
Soul Calibur, suck my butt,
No.
kid.
Find it.
Let me look for it. Star Wars Force
No,
Commander,
don't suck a
Don't
butt.
suck it.
Star Wars Trilogy Arcade, Rebel
Deborah
Assault
Wilson,
2,
everybody.
Dark Forces.
Deborah, your
Who's
name.
Darth Vader? TIE Fighter.
Yeah? So what?
Grease Dritus.
He was fucking.
Try
He'd
it?
been doing Vader shit since. Where was that first one at?
You've been in the
1994.
Vader game longer than you've been alive, boy.
So you were looking for what was it?
Soul
butt?
Calibur 4.
Soul Calibur.
Fight with your destiny.
Yeah. Destinies intertwine on the battlefield.
When the sword impales itself.
Rob Caliber 4.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to play as Ivy.
Damn it.
I know. I'm gonna play as Killick.
or Max.
I have no idea.
Maxi pad.
Have no idea what button does what, and then just win.
Killick is like broken as hell.
So Tom Kane does Yoda.
Well, it's because he's
Sam
got that
Witwer's
staff.
The
He's got an
Apprentice.
extra 5 feet of range on anybody, except maybe Ivy with her whips.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to call it for this. We got a good intro.
Wait, I'm looking for your stupid goddamn Soul Calibur 4.
I've given up. I don't care anymore.
I'm in it right now, dude.
But Eric's in
In
it.
it.
You in it?
I can't find him. He's not.
He has
Is he
become
in
one
for?
with the Tekken.
Yeah, you.
Is he in for? Because I found The Apprentice and I found Yoda. I have not found Darth Vader.
Vader's in there, my friend.
How many you have?
Are you sure it's not 3?
I'm pretty sure it's not 3. Yeah, because it'll be in the one with the Apprentice and Yoda.
Oh, it's Matt Sloan.
Hold on a second, Eric.
Found it.
Okay,
Matt Sloan.
so not the guy.
Matt
No.
Sloan,
It's the same guy that played him in Force Unleashed.
Ah,
not the
Gotcha.
mama.
Not the Vader. Not the Papa.
Eric
What?
board shorts.
good one. Got him.
Have you been privy to any of the wonderful creations that Tyler and I have been making recently?
Hold on, Wilson. I'll be right back after these messages with more Jedi Fallen Order of sweet potato fries. Goodbye.
Oh no.